Do you wake up tired, even after a full night's sleep? If you're a man over 60, the real problem might not be your age, it might be your morning coffee. Sounds crazy, right? But drinking it at the wrong time could be wrecking your testosterone. Hi, I'm Dr. Kara, and today I'm giving you a warning. Your daily routine, the one you've trusted for years, may be silently draining your hormones. In the next few minutes, I'll show you one common mistake and the 3 science-backed fixes to protect your testosterone naturally. And at the end, I'll reveal the one food that helps your coffee work with your hormones, not against them. Let's get into it.
Doctor, why do I feel more tired now in the mornings than I ever did in my 40s? I hear that question almost daily. And if you're a man over 60, waking up feeling foggy, sluggish, or just off, you're not imagining things. What you're feeling is the real-time effect of your body's shifting hormone rhythm. Let me explain, simply and clearly. Your hormones follow a daily rhythm. Every man has a built-in 24-hour hormone clock. It's called a diurnal cycle, and it affects how your body wakes up, uses energy, and even rebuilds muscle and focus throughout the day. 2 of the most important hormones in this rhythm are testosterone, your vitality hormone, cortisol, your alertness and stress hormone. In healthy men, testosterone levels naturally peak early in the morning between 6 and 8 a.m. That's why many men feel most energized and, yes, most sexually driven in the morning. But here's the catch. After 60, morning testosterone drops significantly. According to the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, men over 60 experience a 30 to 40% decline in morning testosterone compared to younger men, not just in total levels, but also in how sharply those levels rise at dawn. At the same time, cortisol, your body's natural get-up-and-go hormone, also peaks in the morning. That's normal. But too much cortisol for too long? It doesn't just help you feel awake. It actually competes with testosterone for dominance in your system. When this balance tips, here's what you might feel. You wake up tired, even after 7 to 8 hours of sleep, mental fog or lack of motivation in the morning, slower recovery after workouts, increased belly fat or loss of muscle tone, lower libido or confidence. Sound familiar? The mistake many men make. Most men assume their low energy is just part of aging. So what do? Reach for coffee before eating anything else, skip breakfast entirely, go straight from bed to screen time, or rush into high-stress morning tasks. All of these push cortisol even higher, and that further blunts testosterone when your body needs it most. A simple tip to reclaim your morning hormones. Start your morning without caffeine for the first 90 minutes. Instead, hydrate with a glass of water plus a pinch of sea salt or lemon. Do 5 to 10 minutes of light stretching or a morning walk. Eat a small protein-rich breakfast, 3 eggs, Greek yogurt, or nuts. These gentle actions support your natural testosterone peak without overstimulating cortisol. Your body wants to work with you. You just have to stop fighting its rhythm, and you'll start feeling the difference, not just in energy, but in clarity, confidence, and how you show up each day.
Doctor, I thought coffee was supposed to help me feel more awake, so why do I feel more wired, anxious, or even more tired after it? That's a question I hear all the time, especially from men over 60 who've relied on their morning coffee for decades. Let's talk about what's really going on behind the scenes, in your hormones. Caffeine and cortisol, a double-edged sword. Here's the short version. Coffee stimulates cortisol, your body's main stress hormone. Now, cortisol isn't a bad thing. You need it to wake up, handle tasks, and react to life. The problem is when and how it's released. According to Harvard Health and Mayo Clinic research, cortisol levels are already naturally highest in the morning, peaking between 6:30 and 8 a.m. That's your body's way of preparing for the day. But when you drink coffee right after waking, you're stacking stimulation on top of stimulation. One study from the Endocrine Society found that caffeine can increase cortisol levels by 30% within 1 hour. For younger men, that spike eventually normalizes. But for older men,
That elevated cortisol lingers, often for hours, keeping your body in a stress loop longer than it should. High cortisol equals low testosterone. Here's the part most men don't realize. Chronically high cortisol actually inhibits testosterone. When cortisol rises, it suppresses the HPG axis, a system in your body responsible for sending the signal to your testes to make testosterone. In plain English, more stress equals fewer testosterone messages. Over time, this leads to lower energy and mental clarity, decreased muscle mass and strength, mood changes and irritability, slower recovery from workouts, reduced libido or confidence. The most common mistake I see? Drinking coffee on an empty stomach right after waking up. It seems harmless, even normal, but this habit floods your system with cortisol at its peak, without any buffer from food or movement. And if you're also skipping breakfast or rushing into a high-stress routine, you're unintentionally training your body to stay in fight or flight mode. A simple fix that supports your hormones. Here's an easy shift that can make a big difference. Wait 90 minutes after waking before your first cup of coffee. This gives your natural cortisol rhythm time to settle. Have a small protein-rich breakfast first, like 2 boiled eggs or a scoop of Greek yogurt. Protein helps stabilize blood sugar and reduce the stress response. Try gentle movement before caffeine, like stretching, walking, or breathing exercises. These small adjustments tell your body, I'm safe, I'm supported, I'm ready. And that helps testosterone rise naturally without being blocked by cortisol. You don't have to give up coffee. Just give your hormones the timing they deserve. Trust me, your energy, your mind, and your mood will thank you. Doc, I don't get it. I've been doing the same routine for years, but now I'm more tired, gaining weight, and not feeling like myself. What changed? I hear that exact concern from so many men in their 60s. And the truth is, what worked at 30 doesn't always work at 60. Not because you're broken, but because your body's chemistry has changed. Let's walk through what might be sabotaging your testosterone without you even realizing it. Small habits, big hormonal consequences. As you age, testosterone production naturally declines, but your lifestyle can either slow that process down or speed it up dramatically. Let's break down a few of the most common daily habits that quietly disrupt testosterone in men over 60. Mistake 1. Skipping breakfast, chugging coffee. Many men start their day with coffee on an empty stomach and no food until mid-morning. The Men's Health Foundation reports that this routine triggers a blood sugar spike, followed by a crash, which increases cravings and reduces focus. When cortisol, your stress hormone, is already peaking in the morning, adding caffeine without food sends your body into overdrive. According to NCBI research, chronic high cortisol suppresses testosterone by blocking the signals that stimulate production. Fix: have a light protein breakfast first, like eggs, Greek yogurt, or even a small protein shake before your first cup of coffee. Mistake 2. Drinking coffee immediately after waking. Most men believe the earlier the caffeine, the better, but it actually disrupts your hormonal rhythm. Harvard Medical School notes that cortisol levels naturally peak 30 to 45 minutes after waking. Adding caffeine during that peak creates a redundant stress signal, which may lead to irritability, anxiety, and long-term hormone suppression. Fix: wait 90 minutes before your first cup. Let your body stabilize first. Mistake 3. No morning movement. Your testosterone production responds to movement, even low-impact activity. A review from the Endocrine Society found that 15 to 30 minutes of light exercise, like walking, stretching, or yoga, boosts testosterone and lowers cortisol. Skipping activity leads to stiffness, poor circulation, and sluggish metabolism, especially in the first hour of the day. Fix: commit to just 10 minutes of movement in the morning. Walk outside, stretch your back, or follow a lat routine from your phone. Mistake 4. Relying on old routines. I've always done it this way is something I hear a lot. But your metabolism, hormone sensitivity, and sleep patterns all shift after 60. According to Mayo Clinic, men over 60 need to adapt routines to support hormone health or risk accelerating fatigue, fat gain, and cognitive fog. Fix? Adjust one thing at a time. Don't overhaul your life overnight. Start with your morning. You don't need to give up your routine, but you do need to evolve it. Start tomorrow with a light protein breakfast, delay your coffee, and get your body moving, just a little. Your hormones will thank you, and so will your energy, your confidence, and your day.
Dr. Kara, do I really have to give up my morning coffee to feel better? No, and I wouldn't ask you to. In fact, many of my patients are surprised when I tell them you can keep your coffee. You just need to time it right and build a better routine around it. Your body has a natural morning rhythm. Every morning, your body goes through a delicate hormonal dance. Cortisol, your alertness hormone, naturally spikes within 30 minutes of waking up. That's your brain's way of helping you rise and focus. Meanwhile, testosterone also peaks in the early morning, especially in healthy men. But here's a problem. When you immediately load your system with caffeine, you can throw that balance off. Why your current routine might be working against you. According to the Cleveland Clinic and the Institute for Functional Medicine, drinking coffee first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, can overstimulate cortisol. For men over 60, this cortisol spike keeps the body in a low-grade stress state, suppresses natural testosterone production, increases blood sugar fluctuations, and contributes to morning crashes and brain fog. Over time, these effects can compound, leading to lower morning energy, reduced muscle strength and focus, higher belly fat and lower motivation, decreased libido and drive. The goal isn't to give up coffee. It's to create a morning routine that supports your hormones, not fight them. A better morning plan without losing the coffee. Here's a simple, hormone-friendly structure to try. Number 1. Delay coffee by 90 to 120 minutes. Let your natural cortisol cycle peak and level out first. This reduces overstimulation and gives your body time to wake up naturally. Number 2. Start with hydration. Drink a full glass of water with lemon or a pinch of sea salt. This supports digestion, hydration, and electrolyte balance, key for testosterone and energy. Number 3. Gentle movement first. Take a 10 to 15-minute walk, do some light stretching, or even a few squats. Studies from Mayo Clinic show that even short movement boosts circulation, reduces stress, and supports hormonal balance. Number 4. Eat a protein-rich breakfast. Think 3 eggs with avocado, Greek yogurt with nuts, or a clean protein shake. Protein stabilizes blood sugar and supports testosterone production, especially when eaten before caffeine. Number 5. Choose smarter coffee alternatives, optional. On high-stress days, try mushroom coffee, green tea, or decaf with collagen. These still give you focus without the full cortisol punch. You don't need to give up your coffee, but your morning routine after 60 needs to evolve, just like the rest of your health. When you wake up with intention and structure, your energy, your hormones, and your confidence follow. Start small. Even one change tomorrow morning can shift the rest of your day.
Dr. Kara, I'm eating fine, I'm sleeping okay, so why do I still feel like I've lost my edge? That's one of the most honest and most important questions I hear from men over 60. If you've been feeling tired by mid-morning, if your motivation has dipped, or if you're noticing your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, there's a good chance your testosterone levels are being affected, not just by aging, but by your habits. Let's talk about what that looks like and how to spot it. Testosterone deficiency. It doesn't always show up loud. Many think low testosterone means extreme symptoms like complete loss of libido or muscle. But for most men, especially over 60, the early signs are more subtle and easier to miss. According to the endocrinology clinics of North America and lab data we analyze in my practice, here are some common red flags I look for. Morning fatigue, even after sleep. If you're crashing by 10 a.m. despite getting 7 to 8 hours of rest, it may be more than sleep quality. It may be your testosterone failing to rise in the early morning when it should be at its peak. Lack of drive or mental focus. Feel like your mind is in neutral even with coffee? Testosterone supports motivation and cognition. When levels drop, so can your mental sharpness, especially in the first half of the day. Muscle loss or belly fat gain despite eating well. Are you eating the same as always, but gaining around the middle? Hormonal imbalance slows your metabolism and shifts fat storage, often to the belly. Flat mood, low libido, or feeling off. Testosterone isn't just about sex drive. It affects mood, confidence, and how you feel about yourself. Men often describe it as, "I just don't feel like myself." And here's the twist. For some, these symptoms worsen after coffee, especially if caffeine overstimulates cortisol and blocks testosterone signals. Common mistake: ignoring the signs or blaming age. The biggest mistake I see: men brush it off as just getting older. But the reality is, hormone health can be improved, even in your 60s and 70s, especially if you catch the signs early. What you can do this week. Here's a quick action step. Get your testosterone and cortisol tested, but do it in the morning between 7 and 9 a.m., when levels should be at their highest. And while you wait for those results, try this. Delay coffee by 90 minutes. Eat a protein breakfast like eggs, Greek yogurt, or nuts. Move your body gently in the morning. Even these small changes can support your natural testosterone rhythm and help you feel more like you again. Still with me? Great, because if your mornings have been feeling off lately, it's not just age. Let me know in the comments. Do you drink your coffee before or after breakfast? Your answer might tell you more than you think. Getting older doesn't mean fading out. It means tuning in to your body, your rhythms, and the quiet messages it's been trying to send you. Today, you've learned that your morning routine isn't just a routine. It's a hormonal blueprint. And sometimes it's the little things, like when you drink your coffee or whether you stretch before breakfast, that either support or sabotage your energy, confidence, and clarity for the entire day. So here's what I want you to remember. Cortisol and testosterone are in a delicate balance. Respecting that rhythm can help you reclaim strength without medication and without giving up the things you love. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Just start tomorrow with one better habit. Maybe it's drinking a glass of water before coffee. Maybe it's eating 3 eggs instead of skipping breakfast. Maybe it's walking for 10 minutes before turning on the news. Because healing isn't about doing everything. It's about doing one right thing consistently. And no, you're not too late. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s who made a few smart shifts and got their vitality back. Not by force, but by listening. If that was helpful, wait till you see what I cover next. This is just one part of the bigger picture, and I'll be here to walk you through it. You're not done yet. You're just getting started, and you're not doing it alone.